the biggest benefit that Stoa has provided for us and our family. For our children in particular, it has given them it's given them an ability to stand up and speak and learn how to think logically on their feet, learn how to think critically. It has given them the ability to stand in boldness, to learn more about their faith and learn how to speak it, learn how to verbalize that clearly, logically, with boldness as well. That's been the most important part for me, for our kids.
Yeah, and what's neat about Stoa is that there's a community of believers that, and I was having a conversation with another father about this just a few minutes ago, actually, in which the most dangerous thing we can do is to train and equip our kids to have them have a certain skill level, but then for them to use it for very selfish or ungodly or non-honoring ways. But here you're surrounded by a community of and they compete and they get ballots back and they say, man, on this technical level you're doing good, right? But there's always a Christian brotherly, older sibling kind of voice that comes in here and says an encouragement. That says, hey, we can see God is doing great things in your heart. And so often that's important for these kids to hear because they're not hearing it anywhere else, outside of their home. And they're not hearing it from a stranger that says, hey, this is important to glorify God. And we want to make sure that, they have the skills. They can communicate, they can speak publicly, they can perform, they can be persuasive. But at the same time, if they're not glorifying God, what's the point? And Stoa and competing in this league really allows them to develop not just the skills, but to do it within a community that really honors God and says, this is important. Because the world is telling them, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Faith is just something you do on a Sunday.